Just make sure you've got your glider all set out, ready just how you want it. Don't compromise just because you're feeling lazy. Lay out a nice little horseshoe, check the wind, weather, make sure there's no one in the air, and just be positive with it. Don't be hesitant, because as soon as you're hesitant, it might not do exactly what you want it to do. Always keep it loaded. Bend your knees, put your weight into your harness, turn around, off you go. Have fun.
Everyone wants to get onto the hotter wings and fly the big distances, but you're going to be safer doing that again if you've got your ground handling sussed, you've got your wing control sussed. Get on those SIV courses, get that dialed as well as you can. There's a big difference between flying up and down a ridge for 100 hours and coming out to places like this and flying in full-on thermal conditions for 100 hours. It's very different.
Whenever you're flying or doing anything that you like, you always put all the energy into the stuff that you're good at. But when really what you need to do is focus on the things you're not so good at, so you can actually keep progressing and improve. So for me, that was always preparation. I'd always wake up on a day for XC and have none of my instruments charged. I'd be like fumbling in the car, plugging everything in as I'm driving to the hill. So that's something that I had to address early.
Do you know which harness is yours?
Where's my bag? Did I leave my bag over there?
No, I'm just a lot more relaxed when I get to take off and everything's chilled. So yeah, just think about all of your flying, pick something that you're not so confident with, and think about how you can make it work better for you.
There's no real end to learning. It doesn't matter how many years you remain in paragliding, you've got to always be interested in improving what you do, and there's so many different disciplines in paragliding. There's no end to, for me, for the interest, sustaining interest in it.
I think it's just all about being in the right mindset when you fly, not having anything on your mind, just being in the moment, relaxing.
You've got to have good kit. Whatever you want to do, whether it's Volbiv or competition, you've got to have really good modern kit, because there's so many advances have been made. I wouldn't hold back from getting the best that you can possibly afford and the newest you can afford on a regular basis.
Consume as much information as you can. There's loads of information out there available to everyone on the internet, books, DVDs, and you need to absorb all the information from every source you can and just learn as much as you can about our sport theoretically. Practice, you need to practice your ground handling, you need to really work on the core basics and get those absolutely dialed as best you can, put the effort in on the ground handling days, when the days that aren't flyable but you can get the wing out of the bag and learn how to feel the wing above your head on the ground. All of that is absolutely vital because many accidents happen early in your career when you mess up takeoffs and so on. So that is just the core skills. And then I think the third most important stage after 10 hours or so is to learn how to fly your wing. You do a control course, you do SIV course, and you just make that part of your training process, your learning process, which stays with you throughout your flying career.
Make sure that you've got those individuals that impart the right advice from an early point. I'd say that's pretty important.
Paragliders are beautiful because they're easy to fly, but they're dangerous because they're too easy to fly, and they're difficult to fly, they're difficult to master. So you have to master how to fly a paraglider from day one. Paragliding is not golf. You cannot get away with not being good at it. So you have to train, practice, and do everything you can to mitigate that risk.
It's all a game, all about fun. So if you're not enjoying it, what's the point?
Throughout all the levels, everybody is approachable. Everyone has a good, healthy attitude towards helping out others. So if you've ever got questions, then you can always ask any of us.
Do come and say hello and ask any questions you like about anything, however banal or unimportant you think it might be. Just come and ask.
If you see me on the hill, come chat. We can talk flying or whatever. Just have a good time.
If anyone came to the hill, would you be approachable?
No. Don't speak to me.